Welcome to Ascending with Toni Rochelle, and thank you for joining me on our platform. Yes, our platform. My platform, your platform, right here for healing. For you to learn how to thrive, to help you to just keep going, to hear storytelling. You know, sometimes you got to know that you're not alone, right? Sometimes when you're going through it, you feel alone. And you just be feeling like nobody understands what I'm going through, right? But some kind of way, you go through it. You get through it. You push yourself to just go through it. That's ascending. That's what ascending means. And you've probably been doing it all your life and just not knowing, because society kind of turns us into a robot. And society tells us that we have to be okay. And society tells us that we can't go through things. We can't let people see us go through things. But the reality is that life shows up whenever it feels like it. It knocks on your door, it kicks you in the butt, it gets you all rattled up. And the first thing you want to do is maybe perhaps give up. You might get scared. You might just not knowing what to do, so you give up. But let me tell you, you can ascend through it all. I don't care how bad it looked. I don't care how much it hurt. You can push yourself through it. You can get through it, and you will not be in that space forever. So watch this platform. Get some inspiration. See what we got going on, because we ascending over here, baby. Now, don't go nowhere, because I have a special guest in the building, and he's going to tell us how he has ascended. So we'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
This world we live in is so unforgiving. We all have setbacks, but the comeback make the biggest difference. Yeah, what doesn't kill you make you more resilient. So even when your world is falling down, you gotta keep ascending. Gotta keep ascending. Oh yeah. Gotta keep ascending. Yeah. Even at your worst, you gotta keep your vision. That's the only way that you gon' keep ascending. Gotta keep ascending. Oh yeah. Gotta keep ascending. Yeah. Even at your worst, you gotta keep your vision. That's the only way that you gon' keep ascending. Her pain is my pain. Her struggle's my struggle. I know how it feels and nobody is there to care about your dreams and your hustle.
Welcome back to Ascending with Toni Rochelle. And as promised, I got my guest here ready to get into his business of how he has ascended. Y'all give it up. This is Jamel George.
Thank you. Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing good. I feel good.
You look good.
Thank you.
And
so do you.
And you smell good.
Thank you. And so do you.
And you look good.
And so do you.
Thank you for coming on this platform.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
I love it when people keep their word.
Oh yeah, that's all I got.
We met each other and it was a vibe.
It really was.
I was like, I need to know what's going on in his life.
Yeah.
What he got going on. And what I want to know is, how have you ascended through life? When you think about ascending, what does that mean to you?
Ascending is, for me, is pushing through to another level, through heights that you didn't think that you can make it through. Mm-hmm. Rising up against the odds. That's ascending for me. And for me, I grew up in San Francisco, California. That was the beginning of my journey.
Uh-oh.
I was born at Kaiser Fillmore, you know what I mean? But I was born in '84. I was born in the heart of the crack era and the crack epidemic. And, unfortunately, just like many and millions that has been born and millions that have, passed away, or the hundreds of thousands, we've been through some stuff.
Yeah.
We've seen some things, and the kids are seeing it today. And, there's new drugs being involved, and being introduced to keep us down and keep us, traumatized. It's a system. Mm-hmm. And I am a victim of the system,
Ooh, talk about that.
Yeah. So, I had a fun, happy life. I don't want to sit here and say, we had a bad life, although outside looking in, they will be like, "Now that's bad," but you don't know what bad is when you're in the hood.
See,
or you
you
don't know. So I've always been happy. I've always had laughter in my life and love. Although mainly all my aunts and uncles and parents was on drugs. It was still happy. You know what I mean? And I'm a goofy guy, not in the lame way, but in the, jokester, having fun, love, and all type of way.
Mm-hmm.
And my family is that way. We all joke about things. My mother, she's a jokester.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing,
I love that.
Yeah. So for us, to make a joke out of it, crack make you happy. I ain't never seen a cracker just be like, man, I'm telling you, I don't want. Now heroin may make you do so whatever, but crack have you like, what's happening? You might get your stuff stolen and sold, but at the same time, it was always laughter, and it was always love. And my mother, she was actually one of the first African American women police officers, 850 Bryant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my mother's my hero. She's my hero because she's been through a lot and she ascended. And she's a person who I will put as an example as a person that totally ascended of being in a drug addiction, for many, many years. And although the side effects is me, my brothers, and my sisters had to go through that and go through foster homes and stuff like that. Thank God for balance. I had a father that also, he dabbled in the drugs too, but he was a man. He was not really addicted. He was more like, he's tried it, but he's always been a father. Always spoke to us as men. And so I didn't even know my dad even did drugs until I was older, until my mom really told me. And I was like, wait, what? Because my father always been responsible. Not to say my mother wasn't responsible, but it was time where the drug, took over to where she couldn't be responsible. And, that drug is a drug that, that's not, their conscience is hijacked.
Yeah.
And so therefore, it's an addiction, so therefore, we had to deal with the side effects. But at the end of the day, it was sad times, but it was a beautiful thing at the same time because it was a journey, and it was a test. And through that test, it's a testimony.
Ooh,
so,
I like how you put that.
So yeah, it has definitely been a beautiful story,
And the testimony is that you ascended.
Absolutely.
So you didn't let your environment stop you.
No, not at all. I didn't. I'm the baby of the family, so I always had examples to look up to from my brothers, my sisters, right, which gave me an advantage because it made me look at where I don't want to do.
Yeah.
Or what I do want to do. So I'm a gumbo pot of so many of my family because I was the baby that went over my auntie house, went over my uncle house, went to Santa Rosa, went to Hayward, and went to, to be at their house.
They figured it out by the time the baby came.
They figured it out by the time the baby came. So
and you got the right stick.
Amen to that.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
Definitely.
We're going to take a commercial break, but we're going to go deeper. So don't go nowhere.
Here's my pain, her struggle's my struggle. Shit. I know how it feels and nobody is there to care about your dreams and your hustle.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
The world can be yours. Our goal at Otter Pro Consultants is to provide effective solutions designed to boost your business for the global market. It doesn't matter how large or small your company is. Let us tailor a quality system to fit your business needs to assure your company has a competitive edge in the global market. With our 100% success rate, we guarantee we can make it happen for you.
Now the question is, most people say, well, what is the gospel? And I was talking to one brother who told me the gospel was this and preaching that and preaching this, preaching the Bible, preaching. I said, no, that's not the gospel. That's not the gospel. So actual gospel, the gospel is the power of God that releases the effects of salvation, amen, in our lives.
know that you're in my lane? No, not at all. Are you not paying attention? Are you texting? I was just checking in with my mom. I was telling her that I thought we'd be home by 6. It's okay. There's enough time. Just pay attention. I'm not even halfway through my text. There's no way. I'm not even going to look up. My babies are in the car. You have to pay attention. It's just supposed to be a quick text. I'm so sorry.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. If you could see you through my eyes instead of your ego, I believe you'd be surprised to see that you've been blind. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Yeah, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Welcome back to Ascending with Toni Rochelle, and we are still here with my guest.
Yes.
Woo! I love how you said a test and it turns into a testimony.
Absolutely.
That stuck with me.
Sure.
So we were talking about your environment, that you made a choice to not be or you're a product of your environment.
Yeah.
What did that look like for you? What was you into?
So for me, I always been into sports, really good in sports. So football and basketball, always been really good at it. And so I always liked having friends. You know, we jumped around project to project. Like, you know, I remember staying in Potrero Hill, and I had so many friends at Potrero Hill. I went to Star King Elementary School, and man, I had some really good friends, but we fought all the time. And I hated that part. But it was like gladiator school. You know, growing up in the projects.
In the hood.
San Francisco is projects. You know what I mean? It's like also being around on the East Bay and stuff like that. You know, you got different projects as well. But it's normally like I come to my cousin's house and it's like you in the hood, but it's houses. Like we're going into houses. It's like, man, this is the, you know, it's just a whole bunch of black people that decided to do some stuff. But you got project housing where I'm from, you know, in San Francisco. So, you know, being in Potrero Hill, you know, growing up in, you know, Hunters Point, whole Bayview district, and growing up in Double Rock is like, you know, those are projects, you know, and I always love having friends because I've always been a loyal person. I always watch my dad and all the people just love him and just really, he had good friends, you know, and he always would talk to me and say, your word is everything, and never allow anything negative to grow into your mind to where you want to do something behind their back, wrongdoing or whatever. Just be with love. And my dad was a perfect example of that. And you know, he was a longshoreman, and when he passed, man, it showed. You know, it really showed. But for me, growing up as a child and going, you know, I went to 3 elementary schools, 2 junior highs, 2 high schools.
It'd be like that.
Man, jumping back and forth from San Francisco to Hayward, going to school in Hayward, catching the BART to San Francisco.
So you had a lot of friends.
I did. I used to have in San Francisco, but I got like Hayward saved my life, and that's where the transcending into the journey of San Francisco, the environment of. Like I always wanted to dress nice, but like I didn't have the clothes and like didn't really, you know, it wasn't. We didn't have the money to be
you didn't get
styling,
you didn't get
right.
the new Jordans.
But my mom stayed clean. My mom always, no, I didn't get the Jabos.
Don't do that to mama.
My mom was fresh. You know, she was styling, like she really was, man. And, but for me, I just wanted to dress really good, but it's just, I don't know. And then I thought I had it. And then I moved to Hayward. And oh my God. And you know, and this is the 90s. And man, they just 2 different elements. San Francisco dressing and Hayward, East Bay dressing is two different dresses.
It's right across the bridge, though.
But it's totally two different lives and lifestyles. I'll never forget this. I had some brown K-Swisses. And in San Francisco, those was the K-Swiss Classics browns with the white bottoms you own. I had the brown jacket on to go. Oh my goodness. I came to Hayward the first day of school. My best friends was my best friends right now. They bagged on me so bad. They was like, bro, why you had these Dookie Brown, right? Oh my gosh. And it's just I remember going home looking at them hating. That's why I never, after that day, I threw the K-Swiss away and I never ever wore a K-Swiss anything ever again after that.
You thought you was doing something.
That was the 4th grade. I'll never forget. I thought I was doing something. And then we wore Nike boots. They wasn't even into Nike boots. Like like if you wearing some Nikes, you can't wear the boots. The boots was lame. I didn't know that. I had to learn.
It ain't cold. It ain't no snow out here.
No,
it ain't.
It's like, bro, why you got Nike boots on the first day of school? And it's like, y'all don't like this? This is fresh. And no, they was not fresh. So I used to always be like, man, I want to dress and get talked about, and and man, my hair. I used to think I was half white. I guess I just throw water on my hair
Lord.
and walk out, and it was cold, and then it just nap up, and it was pretty.
You
bad.
have definitely ascended through some things.
I ascended through some things. I was traumatized. I was like, you know what? When I get older, I'm gonna dress better than everybody. That was really my thing. That's a real
thing, though.
I'm dead serious.
It's important.
For real. My best friends helped me become who I am. I love them to death.
Why you like dressing so much? What does that do for you?
Confidence. I think for me, when my mother and father got back together, my mom cleaned herself up, and I believe I was in the 6th grade. She cleaned herself up. She went to Delancey, and my mom always tried, and again, she was police officer, she was a state worker, master degree, just the government tricked them with the crack epidemic, and they didn't know what crack was. They would put it in the weed and smoke and thought it was cool until the addiction really killed the community, so it's not here to say anything that with my mom, because she definitely corrected herself and retired on top and own her own home, and she's in Louisiana living her life to the full, and hopefully she comes back to be with me. But just the journey of it, and yeah.
Well, we're gonna take a commercial break, but don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Here's my pain, her struggle's my struggle. Shit. I know how it feels and nobody is there to care about your dreams and your hustle.
The world can be yours. Our goal at Otter Pro Consultants is to provide effective solutions designed to boost your business for the global market. It doesn't matter how large or small your company is. Let us tailor a quality system to fit your business needs to assure your company has a competitive edge in the global market. With our 100% success rate, we guarantee we can make it happen for you.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut, the one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink, or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking, now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed, better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead, catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to Ascending with Toni Rochelle, and we're still here with the fashion designer. You was going into confidence.
Yes.
Before we went on commercial. Tell me about the confidence.
Yes, my confidence definitely got boosted when my mother and father got back together, about 6th grade. My mother, they got back together. My dad got a job as a longshoreman. I was in the 6th grade. I remember them celebrating it and being really happy about his career, and my mom working for the state.
Yeah.
And man, things got good. Money really came in with the combined income, and started being able to go actually school shopping, and you know, starting to be like, I want this and I want that. And at this time, the jean outfits was it. The jean jackets with the jean. You know
remember
what I mean?
that.
So you know, I was rocking all that, and then Puff had the shiny outfits with Mace, and so I had all type of stuff when it came to the shiny outfits. And I remember the North Pole was rocking.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you know what I mean? Or was it South Pole? Actually,
South Pole.
It was South Pole. Yeah, South Pole was rocking and stuff like that. And then, yeah, I just really got into really styling. And then, you know, going into high school, I just started really styling people. And by my junior, senior year, you know, I was in a yearbook as best dressed.
Of course.
You know, and that was just like, all right, this is what I really wanted to do. No, like although I played sports, it was just confirmation. Like I really love dressing and styling, and man, I would love to make other people feel good because when I would put clothes on them, you know, for people to be like, what should I wear, Melly? What should I wear? And I would just like rock this, and then everybody be like, oh, you clean, and be like, you know, they didn't say nothing like Melly did it, but you know what I mean, I'll be right there like, and I seen that confidence in them, like, man, I appreciate you, bro. And from there, I knew sports is not where I want to go. I want to go into fashion. I really want to do this, you know, looking at the Dapper Dans and looking at the East Coast and really being influenced by him, really on way he custom things for the rappers and stuff like that. And so when I got to college at Sac State, and I threw fashion shows and selling them out and making money, and I was like, I could really make money and, you know, showing models how to walk, because I used to study how models walk, you know, and stuff like that. And I was like, man, I can teach them how to walk, you know, and don't even have to really. And so I really made a lot of people become models, and not make it big, but they were made them feel good, you know. And the men, you know, when they rocking my stuff and stuff like that, they felt really dope. And so we came with different things and with fashion, in which I'm really planning on bringing back.
Yes,
and so
please.
yeah. And so, you know, my confidence went up from there. And you know, as I went through college and stuff like that. During my senior year, I did another fashion show in Oakland, actually, and I was at the ballroom, the historic ballroom, which got me connected with an individual who's used to be the owner of House of Blues, and and I moved to Los Angeles, and I became as a personal assistant, and he just taught me everything. You know, he really brought me in. I've been around a lot of celebrities and been behind the scenes and reading books and, you know, John Maxwell books and learning how to lead. Yeah, just really getting into it and just focusing. And he just taught me a lot about focus, you know, and being an entrepreneur and what to do and not really counting on, you know, the workforce as much. Although I worked to see, you know, the system of how I work, but I always knew working wasn't my thing, because I always knew that I can do this on my own and become something better. So fashion is what I stuck with. I learned fabric. I worked for a high designer, and I traveled all over the world. I lived in London for a while, and Westminster.
Such a blessing.
Yeah, such a blessing, and it's because of the individual who really plugged me with a lot of people, you know. And yeah, so I really got to see the world, literally. Young boy from the projects, you know, that beat the odds, you know.
This story is amazing because, I mean, I go back to when you were saying, like, I just wanted to look nice. I just wanted nice clothes.
Absolutely.
And you could have been stagnant from that. You could have went a whole nother direction just because of something that small, but something big to you.
Absolutely.
And instead, you ascended through that, and you made your way through.
Absolutely.
Through fashion.
Absolutely, through fashion.
That's a phenomenal story.
Absolutely.
I mean, it sounds like it's like, it don't matter what you dream or what you want. You can really do what
you really can.
It doesn't matter where you come from.
You really can, because truly, I could have been a victim to say, well, because of this happened to me, you know, I've been in foster homes. You know what I mean? Not only that, you know, I've had drug addicted parents. I have 4 brothers. 2 of them dead and gone. You know what I mean?
Sorry to hear that.
And 1 is in jail doing life. So, you know, I've been through the heartache of watching my brother get gunned down and watching my other brother get gunned down. My brothers, they're tatted on me, you know, my real brothers, you know, in the same home. And then, you know, my other brother, he's in jail, possibly doing life for murder. So, you know, it's me and my sister. My sister always helped me, you know, my sister Omitra, she always, you know, we survived. You know, that's what we had each other. You know, when she used to boost, you know, and do all that stuff.
Oh, he's telling you
know, I'm throwing it out there.
Business.
You know, she used to boost to put clothes on my back. Man, I remember, you know, watching the what was the name of that brand? Carl Kanai, and you know, and Cross Colors. Man, she put that on me. I'll never forget it.
Okay, you know? He's telling his age community.
Yeah, for sure.
Bringing it all the way
80s
back.
baby.
80s
you know?
baby
80s
on the
baby.
stage.
Yeah.
You guys don't go nowhere. We got more in store for you.
Pain is my pain, her struggle's my struggle. Shit. I know how it feels and nobody is there to care about your dreams and your hustle.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand, trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. If you could see you through my eyes instead of your ego, I believe you'd be surprised to see that you've been blind. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Yeah, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Are you looking for LED video walls, pro audio, lighting, or Hammond organ service?
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to Ascending with Toni Rochelle, and I'm still here getting some fashion tips.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of fashion tips, this suit, did you make the suit?
I did.
The color is all of that. My favorite part is the little strap thing that goes.
Oh yeah, I just
different.
wanted to do something different.
Yeah, you did something different.
Yeah, I just want to do something different, you know, and bring something. I like to be different. If you follow me on Instagram, you know, I'm always talking about respect the craftsmanship, details. I always write that details.
I respect it, sir. I respect it.
Thank you.
Where does the inspiration come from?
To be honest, I don't really follow no other designers anymore. So I don't look online to look at other people because I don't want to copy.
Yeah.
When you really think about high-end designers, they're all the same. I know why. I worked for one of the biggest designers in the world. So
you still ain't
you
said
know,
his name,
yeah,
so.
no, I ain't saying any names because
that's okay. That's okay.
You know,
that's okay.
Treat us right, man. Treat us right. You know, but yeah, I like to just be in my own zone and just look at the canvas and just be like, that would be dope with that, and it'd be in here, and then I design it, and then it'd be like, that's raw. Because I know fabric and I was a fabric buyer for this designer, traveling the world for fabrics and learning fabrics and picking plaids, learning how to feel wool.
What do you think about like as you saying that the patterns and like colors? Do you think that those are a reflection of like how people feel or to make them feel better?
It's been feeling like that since the beginning of time. I mean, fine linen is everything. It's even in the Bible. Jesus wore fine linen.
Yes, he did.
You know, so when you think about that, then I always read the Bible. So for me, when you think of fine linen, that means you're dressing well, and therefore, who's styling Jesus?
Okay.
Who's styling God? Because why not give it to somebody? There's angels, so it might be an angel of styling. And if I pray I go to heaven, I hope I'm in that tip. I hope I can style, Jesus. I hope so. Why not? I hope I can put him in fine linen. Why not?
For Jesus, okay?
Why not? Who's doing it? Who's making it? Who's woven it?
See, that's why he created you. He knew his son.
For sure. Absolutely.
You have a phenomenal story. I mean, just a boy that wanted to look good.
Yeah.
So he could feel good.
Feel good.
So he can have confidence. That's amazing. There's somebody out there right now in the hood, in the projects, as we say.
Yeah.
That have a dream to not be a product of their environment. What would you say to that person?
I'm gonna take off my glasses for this one.
Hey, we get to look into the eyes.
Be a dreamer. Know that no matter what, you can do it. I know that's cliche, but the truth is, if somebody push you and you fall, then that means you didn't move your legs. But if you move one leg, the momentum will make automatically the right leg or the left leg. That's how you gotta have it. You gotta push your momentum. I wanted to quit many of times. I cried. I said ain't nobody supporting me. I wanted my friends to support me. And although later on they did, at the time it just wasn't for them. I had to create my own lane, my own demographic, my own buyers. So you have to believe in you. And if you do that, automatic, just in the law of pushing yourself, the law of just wanting something, manifestation, people will believe in you too.
Yes.
It's automatic. It's just what it happens, whether you believe it or not. It's the law of attraction. It's something that God has created. That's why the Bible tells you, ask and you shall receive. Think, make it plain. If you do that, I promise you, you will continue to increase. It's not going to happen this is 17 years in the making.
Yeah.
17 years. You know how many times I wanted to quit? How many times I said maybe I'm going the wrong route? Dream, young brother. Dream, young sister. Dream. That's all. We say it all the time, but the most successful people say it because that's what they did. They dreamed and they had actions. Faith without actions is dead for a reason. You can have all the faith in the world. You can sit there and say, this is what I want to be. But if you don't put no action towards it, then it was just a dream. But that dream will become a reality if you put the action towards it.
I love that. Now, I want the people to know who you are, where they can find you. They might want to get some outfits made because I know I do.
For sure.
So where can the people find you?
You can find me on social media. Instagram is King Melly, King. M as in Mary, E as in Edward, LLY as in Yankee. So King Melly, all one word. No hyphens, no nothing, no extra symbols. Just King Melly straight. And once you go there, you're welcome.
Now, is that the name of your company?
The name of my company is Lamaj Rahman. Also have an Instagram. Lamaj Rahman is L as in Larry, E as in Edward, M as in Mary, A as in Apple, J, R as in Robert, A, Y as in Yankee, M, O, N as in Nancy. Lamaj Rahman, which is my name. Lamaj is Jamel spelled backwards. My middle name is Rahman. So.
And what is the title of your are you a tailor, fashion designer?
Yeah, so
what do you
I am
call
a hybrid. I am a tailor. I keep my measurements with me. I am a stylist, and I sew. I'll do it all.
He does it all, community. So you heard it first. you can ascend through fashion. You can ascend through your environment. Thank you so much for coming on to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Y'all don't go nowhere because we got a little bit more in store for you. So don't go nowhere.
Sin is my pain, her struggle's my struggle. Shit. I know how it feels and nobody is there to care about your dreams and your hustle.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. Alright, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. If you could see you through my eyes instead of your ego, I believe you'd be surprised to see that you've been blind. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Yeah, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Are you looking for LED video walls, pro audio, lighting, or Hammond organ service?
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut, the one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink, or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking, now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed, better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead, catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Sin is my pain, her struggle's my struggle. Shit. I know how it feels and nobody is there to care about your dreams and your hustle.
Welcome back to Ascending with Toni Rochelle, and I hope that you enjoyed this platform today. Now y'all know how to get styled, okay? You can ascend through anything that comes against you, as we heard today. Dream, believe, keep going, keep pushing yourself, and it will happen. Not in your timing, in God's timing. But you got to do the work. What did he say? Faith. What did he say? Faith without dreaming. Y'all know what he said. I can't remember. We can rewind the tape later. But it was some good stuff. And that's what's going on this platform. It's good stuff. We've thrown it out to you, community. We know that you're hurting. We know that you're in pain. We know that it ain't easy. But right here is home. Right here is to know that you're not alone, that you're not facing problems and situations by yourself, because everybody has a story and everybody can ascend. So when you're feeling defeated, you need some inspiration, you need to feel like you're not alone, come check us out here. Listen to the storytelling. Let it resonate in your spirit. You got this, community, and we got your back. So make sure to keep ascending. Peace.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. Alright, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. if we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. If you could see you through my eyes instead of your ego, I believe you'd be surprised to see that you've been blind. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Yeah, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Are you looking for LED video walls, pro audio, lighting, or Hammond organ service?
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
It was something about the environment that was around me that wasn't right. The environment didn't look clear. The environment was not safe. And the things that I was seeing, it didn't resonate in my spirit because I wanted to look good. I wanted to feel good. I thought I was all that. I thought I was doing what I needed to do, but it was something about the environment that I knew that I didn't want to be in that environment. I didn't want to be in that space because I wanted to make sure that things looked good, that things felt good, that the switch up needed to happen. I said the switch up needed to happen. I'm not a product of my environment. I don't have to do and see and be and do what I see in my environment. I can make the lane. I can create the lane with colors and shapes and sizes and all the things that I want to see to make it look good, to feel good. You know, the switch up of the environment, it's a choice. It's a choice to be powerful. It's a choice to push yourself. It's a choice to create your environment. Because the environment around you that you grew up in don't have to be. You don't have to be. You can dream and dream, and those dreams will come true if you believe and you get up and you push yourself and you work yourself and you believe. Manifestation of your environment, manifestation of good seeds and good people and your environment. Because your environment is your choice. You can style it up, you can make it look nice and put a little bling on it. It's a choice. It's a choice to push yourself and get through it and style it how you want it to be. It's a choice. So keep ascending.
Your world is falling down, you gotta keep ascending. Gotta keep ascending, oh yeah. Gotta keep ascending, yeah. Even at your worst, you gotta keep your vision. That's the only way that you gon' keep ascending. Gotta keep ascending, oh yeah. Gotta keep ascending, yeah. Even at your worst, you gotta keep your vision. That's the only way that you gon' keep ascending. Her pain is my pain, her struggle's my struggle. Shit. I know how it feels when nobody is there to care about your dreams and your hustle. I know how it feels when you living your life on a budget as tight as a huddle. I know how it feels when you stuck in the mud trying to figure out how to rise above the rubble. Now the lost child is a lost teen that can barely read with a pretty smile and low.